the video on installing and setting up a basic Hello World app in Django. For this video, we're going to be using Ubuntu, and we're going to install Django from essentially from scratch. So let's get started. So what you have here is two terminal windows, both open to a pretty vanilla Ubuntu 14.04 server. This would be pretty typical to whatever kind of Linux environment you'd be running in, assuming you got it from scratch. So we have we're in the op directory. I'm going to make a directory called Hello World, and we're going to own it. Okay, and what we're going to do first is we're going to set up a virtual environment. Virtual environment in Python is a segregated environment, so that when you install libraries or anything into it, you don't actually mess with the operating system itself. So this can be useful if you have multiple applications installed on the same operating system, and they require, let's say, different versions of Django or something else like that. So you can do that. You can also clear away. We're going to restart. You can package these things up, send it to a different server, and essentially rebuild that virtual environment pretty easily and have everything working. So it's a big help, and that's what we're going to do. So what you need for this, some distributions might have it installed by default. Ubuntu does not. So what you need to do is run sudo apt-get install python virtualenv. I already did this, so for me, it says it's already the newest version. It's about 100 and something meg to download, or at least it was for me when I did it. It includes things like GCC, a lot of other Python libraries. There's a lot of dependencies involved. But it's necessary. So hit yes when you're asked, and then you'll have it installed. So to run virtual environment, you do virtualenv and then a subdirectory to create this in. So I usually just do project, and it's going to copy over Python, setup tools, pip, and some other things. And what you have here, let's kind of go through it and take a look. So you have three directories: bin, lib, and local. Inside bin, you have things like activate, which is activating the virtual environment, easy install and pip, and then Python. And some of these are just some links to the other one. In lib, this is your actual like Python libraries. So everything that you install gets thrown in here. And local, they're just some links back to the bin and lib. I'm not sure what the purpose of local is. I never really looked into it. So to get started, you can run source bin activate. And you'll see here that when you are in a virtual environment, it changes your prompt to include the name of the virtual environment. The reason you need to use source is because bin activate adds things to the current environment, and if you just run bin activate, when it's done, this stuff evaporates. So you need to run source to say kind of like run this in my current environment. So once you have that, you're going to install Django. You should just pip install Django. It'll pick up the latest version, which right now is 1.7.1. And it'll just take a minute to install. You want to make sure that you install this in the virtual environment, that you don't accidentally install it before. So like if you came out here, this is just another prompt, and you did pip install Django, it'll start to install, but because I'm not running as root, it should complain, hopefully, that I'm not able to write to the system lib folder, which is exactly what you want. Yep. So permission denied. This is exactly what you want. Don't run as root. But here I was able to install it because if I look in lib Python, I should see in site packages a Django directory. So that's where it's installed. So what that actually wound up doing, in addition to installing the libraries, was installing this Django admin script here. So if you just run Django admin, you'll get a bunch of options, and then it'll complain here because you haven't defined a Django settings module. The Django settings are really where it you can set up kind of global, almost server-wide properties. Like here are the applications that are installed. Here's where to look for templates. Here's how I do caching. Here are my databases, things like that. So the first thing that you can do, going back here to the Hello World project, is to do Django admin start project. You can just call it Hello World, or just hello, let's say. And all this is going to do is this is just going to create a subdirectory called hello. And in that, I'm going to have a manage.py and another directory called hello. And in that, you're going to have a settings file. So because the way that Python does package names, it's kind of like directory 1.directory2 or directory 1.file. So here, this settings, we'll refer to it as hello.settings. So we'll do export Django settings module equals hello.settings. And then we also need to export a Python path to actually get us back to this first part here, because otherwise it won't know where on the system to look for the hello directory in order to get the settings. So Python path equals /opt hello world hello. And now if you do Django admin, it should find it and be happy. We still don't have an app yet though, but I think that if you do Django admin run server, it should work. Now one thing that you have here is, you see where it says starting development server at 127.0.0.1. Oh, and a port's already in use. That must be from something else. Oh, I did a test of this and I forgot to kill this. So going to look to see if anything's listening. Okay, so nothing's listening. So, so as I was doing, Django admin run server. So this is going to run, but it's going to be listening on localhost, which means you have to be on this actual box in order to get to it. Since this box is just a server and I don't have a web, or I don't want to run a web browser in terminal mode here. You have to just do 0000, and then if you do that, you have to supply the port. So this will now run it listening on everything. So the IP address of this
is 192.168.1.17. So just run that. It says, congratulations, your first Django powered page. So that's good. So we're part of the way there. So we have Django as a server, as a application server running, but we don't have an application yet. So let's try to do that. First, let's just take a look at these files. So if we look at settings, it has a couple different things. So secret key is something that you should just change whenever you set up your environment. Keep debugging on, things like that. Installed apps, this is where you're going to be adding an app that we're going to do. We'll call this one hello. Actually, let's do a little bit different. Let's call it hi there, because there are just too many hellos in everything. The root URL config is in the hello module. The WSGI application you don't need to worry about yet. This is saying that it'll store its data in a SQLite database called db.sqlite. And that's all. That's interesting here. So what did we call it again? It was hi there. Yeah, hi there. Okay. So what we'll do next is we will create a I think we'll do it here. Django admin start app hi there. Oh. I can't, whenever you run Django admin, it goes through this and runs and parses all of this and expects this to be correct. Since hi there doesn't exist yet, it didn't like that. So let's go back here to start app hi there. What this did was this just created another directory called hi there. But in here you have different files. This is more of the actual application that you're developing. So this is where you'll have your templates and your views and your controller and all that stuff. So let's see if let's add that hi there back. We're on Django admin validate. It should look through everything, and just because validate comes back and says there were no issues doesn't mean everything is fine, but it's just good practice to do. So right now we have an app, but we don't have it actually doing anything yet. So we're going to go into hi there, and we're going to let's do something else. Let's go into hello, and you have this urls.py file, and we're going to uncomment one of these, and we'll just say hi. What this is the part of the URL that it's going to search for. So it says when you do, HTTP whatever /admin, we'll look here for the URLs that you want it to do. So here I'll say when I do hi, I'm going to look here in hi there.urls. And hi there. I'll just copy hello urls.py to here. And for this one, we're just going to say it just has to have, let's just say nothing. Everything will cover, we'll go to it. And it'll be hi there dot views dot home, let's say. Edit the views, and we'll create a view here. This one has to be called home. So def home takes a request. The request will contain the get parameters, a post, or cookies, and things like that. And we're going to return an HTTP response. Just going to say hi there, and it will be content type text HTML. We do need to include this. I think that's where it lives. I'm sure I've forgotten something, but let's see. Okay, so so this is a good page. This says I don't have anything at /nothing here, so I would either do hi or admin. So let's try hi. It says hi there, so that worked. That's good. If I wanted to let's do this. Let's make a directory called templates, and in that templates we'll make a directory called hi there. This is kind of a common pattern that you'll see in Django apps, where you'll have a templates directory, and in that is the name of the same directory that was right before it. This is because, from Django's perspective, all of the template directories for all of the apps are the same. So, or they get kind of combined together. So if you don't have them separated like this, and you have a file, base.html in one app and base.html in the other app, then you're kind of leaving it a chance to see which one Django will want to use when you ask for that. So this is definitely a good practice to do. In hi there, let's just create a file called hi.html, and we'll just say hello name. Okay. So now instead of returning an HTTP response, we're going to return render request hi there slash is it hi.html? Okay. And okay. Let's see if that works. Yep. So we have hello Mike, and that worked. So that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We will be continuing this in another video. Thanks.